Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here, back to make another weekly update to my options trading series. So, as you know, basically what I do is I do the wheel strategy. I sell puts and then I sell calls. I sell puts and then I sell calls. And then here it is. Here's the wheel. So on and so forth. So I won't get into the details of how that works, but I will show you some of the stocks that I trade, or should I say ETFs. tsll is the major one. Why? Because it's very volatile, it's very affordable, and I trust the underlying. I also trade BitX, SOXL, TNA, and I hope to one day trade TQQQ and UPRO when I can afford it. And then, yeah, you could see the IVs, the 30-day IVs. The higher the IV, the higher the premium. But, of course, the higher the IV, the higher the risk. So you have to have a high risk tolerance if you're willing to trade options. So, anyway, let's get to my trades. So, what do we got? We got for this week. We had, let me zoom in as much as I can without ruining the dates. Okay. So we had two tsll puts at the top. Let's take a look at their strikes. We had an 11 and a 10.50, okay? In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to look at all of the tsll puts, okay? We had 11, a 10.50, a 12. We had a 12.50 and an 11.50, okay? Now, what happened? Well, let's see. The lowest strike is 10.50, right? 10.50. Let's go down. tsll took a dive. The robo-taxi event happened, and tsll, well, Tesla took a dive, and then tsll took a dive 2 times whatever Tesla did. So if I scroll to the right, you can see assigned, 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 assigned. I got assigned every single put that I sold on tsll. But you know what? I've been waiting and waiting to finally get assignment. Why? Because I want to sell calls. And I did. I got assigned. I got assigned all of them, which, again, that's fine. And I'll show you, what happened, what my cost basis is, and my strategy for next week. But before that, I did have a TNA put I sold. $42 strike price. This one expired worthless. Why? Because on Friday, well, it was getting close up until Friday. Then Friday, TNA just went green and way above the 42. So that one expired worthless. The other TNA put I sold into next week, actually, into Friday the 18th. This was a $40 strike price. But since TNA went so far up, I paid 28 cents to close it. I opened it with what? How many days? Like 8 days? Let's see if I delete the early close date. Yeah, it was an 8-day contract. So I went from 8 days to 1 day. I closed it in a day. So I originally collected $1.10. I paid 28 cents to close it the next day. So I basically collected $82 in 1 day. I fronted $4,000. So for 1 day and $4,000, look at that annualized yield. Again, luck of the draw, but I'll take it. That'll obviously boost up. I basically gave out $4,000 for 1 day, and I got $82 for my troubles. Awesome. So as you can see, I did a buy to close. So yeah, I got assigned a lot, some on tsll, and then TNA, it went my way. So great, more money for tsll should I need it. Now at the same time, I'm ready for next week. I sold puts on tsll, a 10, a 9.50, and a 9. All are going to be below my cost basis, which you'll see in a second. And all yielded a respectable amount. You could see my annualized yields for the week. Obviously, ridiculous numbers, ridiculous. Is this sustainable? I mean, I'm doing it week in and week out, so I don't know what to tell you. All right, so premium for the month of October so far, $739. As I'm approaching tax season, I need to actually think about how much I'm going to owe to the state, how much I'm going to owe for federal. And so far, for options, I'm going to owe almost $1,800 of the over $5,800 I made. I know it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. If you want to make money, you got to pay the tax man, which, again, is it a scam? Of course it is, because who knows where our tax dollars go. But that's another story for another day. Let's move on. Let's go to the tsll wheel. So again, if you look up here, I got assigned a lot. I had the 13, that was assigned the week prior. But this week I got assigned a 1250, a 12, an 1150, 11, and a 1050. So I scattered the hell out of my strikes. However, TSLL went down below my lowest strike, so I got assigned all of them. So I now own 600 shares at 1175 average cost basis. Since TSLL is at a 940 price, it's going to be hard for me to sell calls above 1175. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm either going to wait until TSLL recovers, or I'm going to wait until these puts get assigned and my cost basis gets lowered. If TSLL at the open on Monday drops, if it keeps dropping, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to sell puts. And I'm going to sell puts over earnings, because earnings, I believe, is on 10/23. And obviously the next expiration will be 10/25 outside of this, the coming Friday. But I will lower my cost basis as low as I have to until I am able to sell calls. But I am happy I finally own some shares of TSLL again, 600 to be exact. And I'm ready to get assigned 3 more. I don't know what just happened there, but I'm ready to get assigned 3 more, being 900, which obviously would lower my cost basis. And I have the funds. Again, I know I have a 10 contract rule. So right now I basically got assigned 6 and I'm using 3. So I'm close. That's at 9. Am I still in safety zone? I mean, it's getting testy. However, I am willing to use more contracts if needed. Okay, so that's TSLL. TNA, nothing. Again, everything expired worthless, and I closed the other one. Bitex, still nothing, not yet. SOXL, nothing. So why am I not trading the others? Because TSLL, there's a lot going on. We had Robotaxi. As you saw, it dropped, so obviously I got assigned, and then we have earnings coming up. So I am willing to put all of the funds that I trade options on in TSLL if I have to. We'll see how this coming week plays out. But I'm just going to lower my cost basis as much as possible until I'm on the other side of it and I could sell calls. Right now, I can't sell calls. If I sell calls, if TSLL is at 940 and I sell calls at 12 or above, I'm not going to get much premium. So to me, it's not worth it. I'd rather wait for the recovery or wait until I can lower my cost basis further down. Because if I buy more shares at 10, 950, and 9, if I add that into the average, obviously it'll drop way below 1175. And then eventually, when TSLL recovers, I should be set up nicely to sell some covered calls. Which, could it be out of the money? Could it be at the money? I don't know. I'll think about it. But I can't wait to get to that point, because it is a lot of fun. It's fun selling puts. It's even more fun selling covered calls. 2024 income, I did set a record because my prior weekly income record was 558. My new weekly income record now, which is just what I just made, is $579. So I made that with capital of $14,650. That just means that's the capital I put up. Because if you look here on the options tab, I have the fronted amount. That's the amount I fronted. Again, when you sell a put, you have to post collateral. So that's the collateral for each fund that I posted for the week. Regardless if it was closed in a day or not, it doesn't matter. I'm still using that towards the capital. So 14,650 was used. I made 579. That yielded 3.95%. That's for 1 week. That's pretty freaking good, especially comparably to my other weeks. So I had a fantastic week, and it was just puts. Wait till I'm on the call side. Going to be dangerous. So based on what I made this week, my annual income would come to $30,108. Obviously, I can't retire on that, so I am very far away from retiring on options. But again, I have to, look at it. And then here we go, hypothetical. How much do I need to retire on options? I don't freaking know. But my rate of return on average is 258%. Put that, smack that down to the realistic mode. Let's just say I only need, again, I go to the highest capital. Let's say I trade 50% of my capital for that. That would mean I would need 154,000 in order to make 200,000. 200,000 is my goal. If I can make 200,000, I know I should probably make it more with inflation. I should probably up it actually. to 225. What do you think? 225? Family of four, New Jersey, expensive state, 225. So I need 173,000 to retire on options. Is that realistic? Yeah, maybe. Or to be even safer, add another 50%, make it 260. Again, I don't know. I'm playing around. I have no idea how much I need, but you'd want to be in a safe position before you're actually going to retire and try to live off options. But again, this is just a hypothetical tab, having fun. So again, that's the update on my options. I know it's a lot. I know I didn't cover, every little detail, but basically in summary, I sold a bunch of puts on tsll and I finally got assigned. And I have 3 puts pending for next week, as you saw. And again, if these get assigned, I'm okay with that because it'll lower my cost basis. If they do not get assigned, then guess what? That means tsll probably recovered and maybe it's getting closer to my average cost basis. And then I could sell calls into earnings. I'd love to sell calls over earnings. I'll probably, if I had the opportunity, I'll sell half of the 600 shares over earnings if it's worth it. If not, I won't do it. And then I'll keep the other half just in case Tesla decides to moon after earnings. But again, we'll see how this next coming week plays out because there was a big sell-off after the robo-taxi event. I don't know if that's going to continue or if that was just an overreaction, but time will tell. Anyway, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again next week. Let me know if there's anything additional you would like me to add to the options trading weekly update, and I will look into it. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Later.